Welcome to my channel Super Rare Coins. Today is best top 3 coins. Please don't skip this video, so let's get it started. The 1 franc France 1960 coin is a significant piece in the modern monetary history of France, marking the transition from the old franc to the nouveau franc, new franc, under the Fifth Republic. Introduced as part of France's major monetary reform initiated by President Charles de Gaulle and Minister of Finance Antoine Pinay, this coin symbolized a new era of post-war economic stability. The revaluation effective from January 1, 1960 set 1 new franc equal to 100 old francs, drastically simplifying the French monetary system and restoring confidence in the national currency after years of inflation. Minted by the Monnaie de Paris, Paris Mint. The 1 franc 1960 coin was struck in nickel, a durable and corrosion-resistant metal suitable for high-circulation coins. It weighs approximately 6 grams, has a diameter of 24 millimeters, and features a smooth edge. The standard composition of 100%. Nickel gives the coin a bright silver appearance that resists tarnishing over time. This made it both practical for everyday use and visually appealing. The 1 franc coin continued to circulate widely across France and its territories throughout the 1960s and beyond, remaining an integral part of daily commerce. The obverse design of the 1961 franc coin was created by the renowned French engraver Louis Oscar Roty, whose work had been used on French coins since the late 19th century. It features the iconic image of la semeuse, the sower, a symbol deeply rooted in French Republican ideals. The figure, draped in classical robes, strides confidently forward, sowing seeds into the earth, representing growth, renewal, and the nurturing of the nation's future. Above her appears the inscription République Française, affirming the coin's origin and the authority of the French Republic. This imagery captures the spirit of renewal and optimism that characterized France during the early years of the Fifth Republic. The reverse design of the 1961 franc coin is equally emblematic and was crafted by Jean Lagrange, who designed many French coin reverses during this period. At the center is the denomination 1 franc, in bold lettering with the year 1960. Engraved below, surrounding the central text, is a wreath of olive branches and oak leaves, 2 plants long associated with peace, strength, and endurance in European heraldry. The olive branch stands for peace and victory, while the oak symbolizes strength, justice, and the resilience of the French people. The reverse design is simple yet elegant, embodying traditional values and national identity. This coin's introduction marked the beginning of the nouveau franc era, which lasted from 1960 until France's adoption of the euro in 2002. It was part of a broader series of coins that included denominations of 1, 2, 5, and 10 centimes, as well as 1/2, 1, 2, and 5 francs. The 1 franc coin in particular played a crucial role as a middle value denomination, widely used in everyday transactions such as buying newspapers, bread, or public transportation tickets. Its widespread use ensured that it remained one of the most familiar coins in French pockets for decades. The year 1960 holds a special place in French numismatic history because it represents the first issue of the new franc series. Coins from this year are highly collectible among numismatists, particularly in well-preserved, uncirculated condition. While millions of these coins were produced for circulation, pristine examples, graded MS, mint state, by professional grading services, command a premium due to their historical significance and condition. The coin is also sought after as part of complete sets of early nouveau franc issues. In terms of symbolism, the coin reflects a narrative of rebirth and continuity. The use of la semeuse, first designed in 1897, connects the modern French Republic with its Third Republic heritage, demonstrating that while France embraced change with the new franc, it also respected and preserved its cultural and political traditions. Similarly, the olive and oak motifs recall classical and medieval European symbolism, linking France's contemporary strength to its historical roots. The 1 franc 1960 coin was minted at a time of profound transformation in France. The Fifth Republic, established in 1958, brought about a new constitution and a stronger executive branch under President Charles de Gaulle. The monetary reform of 1960 was part of a broader policy to stabilize the economy, restore fiscal discipline, and reassert France's position as a leading European power. As such, this coin is more than a piece of metal. It is a tangible artifact of France's political and economic renaissance. Collectors today prize the 1961 franc coin not only for its beauty and symbolism but also for its historical importance. It is a key piece for anyone assembling a collection of French coins from the modern era, especially those focusing on the transition from the old franc to the new. Even circulated examples hold historical and educational value, illustrating a pivotal moment in European monetary history. Next. The 1 franc France 1977 coin is a remarkable and historically significant piece of French numismatics issued by the Fifth French Republic during a period of political stability and economic modernization. It belongs to the Nouveau franc series introduced in 1960 under President Charles de Gaulle, a reform that replaced the old franc at a rate of 100:1. By 1977, the new franc was well established as the cornerstone of France's currency system, and the 1 franc coin remained an essential denomination in daily life, circulating widely throughout metropolitan France and its overseas territories. This coin represents not only the economic realities of France in the late 20th century, but also the continuity of the French Republic's identity and values. The composition of the 1977 1 franc coin is nickel, 100%, a bright silvery metal chosen for its durability, corrosion resistance, and suitability for mass circulation. It weighs approximately 6 grams, measures 24 millimeters in diameter, and has a smooth edge. These specifications were standard for the denomination from 1960 until its replacement by smaller coins in the 1990s. The coin was struck by the Monnaie de Paris, Paris Mint, one of the world's oldest and most prestigious mints with a history dating back to the 9th century. The 1977 issue had a substantial mintage, ensuring its presence in everyday transactions across the country. The obverse of the coin features one of the most iconic symbols of the French Republic, la semeuse, the sower. This figure, designed by Oscar Roty in the late 19th century, shows a female allegory of France sowing seeds into a furrow as she strides forward in flowing classical robes. Rays of the rising sun appear on the horizon, symbolizing renewal and progress. The inscription, République Française, arches along the edge of the coin, identifying the issuing nation. La semeuse is more than a simple design. She embodies the ideals of liberty, growth, resilience, and the nurturing of the future, serving as a powerful emblem of French identity that has endured on coins, stamps, and government seals for over a century. The reverse design, created by Jean Lagrange, is a classic of mid-20th century French numismatics. It displays the denomination 1 franc prominently in the center, flanked by a wreath composed of olive branches and oak leaves. The olive branch represents peace and victory, while the oak symbolizes strength, justice, and endurance, qualities associated with the French Republic and its people. Below the denomination is the date, 1977, indicating the year of minting. The simplicity and symmetry of the reverse design contribute to the coin's timeless aesthetic and legibility, reflecting the balance between tradition and modernity in French design philosophy. The historical context of the 1977 1 franc coin is essential to understanding its significance. France in the 1970s was under the leadership of President Valéry Giscard d'Estaing, a reform-minded leader focused on modernizing the economy, strengthening European integration, and embracing technological change. The French franc remained a symbol of national sovereignty and economic independence, even as France deepened its involvement in the European Economic Community, the precursor to the European Union. The 1 franc coin was ubiquitous in daily transactions, used for everything from buying bread and metro tickets to small consumer goods. Its continued presence demonstrated the enduring relevance of traditional denominations, even as France's economy grew and diversified. From a numismatic perspective, the 1977 issue is part of a long-running series minted from 1960 until 2001, the year before France adopted the euro. While not considered rare due to its high mintage, the coin holds great interest for collectors because of its historical symbolism, classic design, and role in the evolution of modern French currency. Well-preserved examples in mint state, MS. condition are especially desirable, displaying sharp detail in la semeuse robes and the delicate textures of the olive and oak leaves on the reverse. These high-grade specimens often trade at a premium compared to heavily circulated examples. The symbolism embodied in the 1 franc coin reflects deep cultural values. La semeuse represents not just the sowing of seeds, but also the sowing of ideas and democratic principles, an allegory for the Republic's commitment to nurturing liberty and justice for future generations. The olive and oak wreath reinforces these ideals, combining peace and strength into a unified message. Together, these elements make the coin more than just a piece of currency. It is a miniature work of art and a political statement about the enduring character of the French Republic. The longevity of the design adds to its appeal despite changes in government, economic conditions, and European integration. The 1 franc coin remained virtually unchanged for more than 4 decades. This continuity reflects France's respect for tradition and its confidence in national symbols that transcend political shifts. Even after the introduction of the euro in 2002, the imagery of la semeuse continued to appear on French euro coins, demonstrating the enduring resonance of this national icon. In terms of collectability and legacy, the 1977 1 franc coin occupies a special place in French monetary history. It is one of the later high mintage issues before subtle changes in mint marks and design refinements appeared in the 1980s. Collectors of modern French coinage often include the 1977 piece in typesets, year sets, and thematic collections centered on national symbols. Its affordability and availability make it an excellent starting point for new collectors while still offering historical depth for seasoned numismatists. Next, the 1 franc France 1976 coin is one of the most iconic and widely circulated coins of the Fifth French Republic, representing not only a key part of France's decimal currency system, but also a strong symbol of national identity, economic stability, and republican ideals. Issued during the presidency of Valéry Giscard d'Estaing, this coin belongs to the series introduced in 1960 following the major currency reform that replaced the old franc with a nouveau franc at a rate of 100:1. By 1976, this reformed monetary system had become firmly entrenched in French daily life, and the 1 franc coin remained a cornerstone of the nation's currency, circulating across metropolitan France and its overseas territories. The technical specifications of the 1976 1 franc coin remain consistent with the standards set in 1960. It was struck in nickel, 100%, a durable and corrosion-resistant metal ideal for mass-circulating coins. The coin has a weight of 6.00 grams, a diameter of 24 millimeters, and a smooth edge. These proportions give the coin a solid yet manageable feel, making it easy to handle and practical for daily transactions. The coin was minted by the historic Monnaie de Paris, Paris Mint, one of the oldest operating mints in the world with a tradition stretching back more than a millennium. The 1976 issue was produced in significant quantities, ensuring its widespread use in everyday commerce throughout France. The obverse, front, of the coin features one of the most enduring and celebrated symbols of the French Republic, la Semeuse. The sower, designed by Oscar Roti, this elegant allegorical figure dressed in classical robes and wearing a Phrygian cap is depicted striding purposefully forward while sowing seeds into the earth. Rays of the rising sun extend from the horizon behind her, symbolizing renewal, growth, and the dawn of a new future. The legend, République Française, arches around the edge of the coin, clearly identifying the issuing nation. La Semeuse is more than an artistic motif, she is a powerful embodiment of French republican ideals, liberty, progress, and the nurturing of future generations. Originally created for the Third Republic in the 1890s, this design continued to resonate deeply with the French public in the modern era. The reverse, back, of the coin, designed by Jean Lagrange, is equally rich in symbolism and simplicity. Its center, the denomination 1 franc, appears prominently flanked by a wreath composed of olive branches and oak leaves. The olive branch symbolizes peace, victory, and reconciliation, while the oak stands for strength, justice, and endurance, values central to the identity of the French Republic. Beneath the denomination, the year of issue, 1976, is inscribed, marking the specific year of minting. This reverse design, minimal yet deeply symbolic, reflects France's classical artistic traditions and its commitment to republican values. The historical backdrop of 1976 France provides additional context to the importance of this coin. The mid-1970s were a time of significant economic and social change. France, like many Western nations, was navigating the aftermath of the 1973 oil crisis, which had disrupted global markets and slowed growth. Despite these challenges, the country remained politically stable and economically resilient under President Giscard d'Estaing, who pursued policies aimed at modernization, European integration, and technological advancement. The 1 franc coin, ubiquitous in daily life, was a small but constant presence during this era of transformation, used to purchase food, transport, newspapers, and countless everyday goods. From a numismatic perspective, the 1976 1 franc coin holds considerable appeal for collectors. While it was produced in large quantities for circulation, well-preserved examples in mint state, MS, condition are highly valued for their sharp detail and lustrous surfaces. Collectors particularly prize coins with crisp strikes that showcase the fine lines of La Semeuse's flowing garments and the delicate details of the olive and oak wreath. Although not considered rare, the 1976 issue is an essential piece in any comprehensive collection of modern French coinage, especially those focusing on the Fifth Republic or the Nouveau Franc era. The symbolism carried by this coin is profound and deeply rooted in French cultural identity. Semeuse is not merely a depiction of agriculture, she is an allegory for the sowing of ideas, liberty, and the future itself. Her steady stride and forward motion signify France's determination to advance and evolve. The sun's rays rising in the background suggest the dawn of a brighter future, while the olive and oak wreath on the reverse balance peace and strength, two essential pillars of the Republic. Together, these elements transform the coin from a utilitarian object into a work of art and a statement of national values. One of the most remarkable aspects of the 1 franc series is its design continuity. Despite changes in political leadership, economic conditions, and even global monetary trends, the basic design of the 1 franc coin remained unchanged for more than 4 decades, from 1960 until its final issues in the early 2000s. This consistency reflects France's reverence for tradition and its confidence in enduring symbols that transcend generations. Even after the introduction of the euro in 2002, the image of La Semouse continued to appear on French euro coins, demonstrating the lasting resonance of Rodé's design and everyday life. The 1976 1 franc coin was indispensable. It served as a medium of exchange for countless small transactions and was often combined with higher or lower denominations to make change. Its value in 1976 had a purchasing power roughly equivalent to about 0.15 to 0.20 euros today, sufficient for items like postage stamps, metro fares, or small groceries. The coin's ubiquity made it one of the most familiar objects in French daily experience during the latter half of the 20th century, and the world of collecting and historical study, coins like the 1976 1 franc serve as valuable artifacts that illuminate broader narratives about France's political, economic, and cultural development. They are tangible links to a specific moment in time, reflecting not only the material conditions of the era but also the ideals and aspirations of the nation that produced them. Collectors often include the 1976 issue in thematic sets focused on La Semouse, modern French currency, or 20th century European coinage. Thanks for watching my videos. Please subscribe my channel for more videos.